Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades.
Hey, what's happening? Gas Mask and Hand Grenades here. I'm your host, Jeff. Look who I got here. This guy.
What's up?
This guy is here, Mr. Kirk Windstein from Crowbar.
Crowbar, Down, Sun Don't Shine, King of Sorrow, and
Solo.
second solo record about to come out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that for sure. So, Kirk, welcome to, as I said when I jumped on, welcome to Amish Country. And you said you never played here, right?
Never heard of Millersville.
Now, have you ever played, have you ever heard of Lancaster?
Yeah, sure. That's close by.
Did you ever play? That's the big city.
I might have, man. You know, of course, we played
Chameleon
Philly.
Club?
We played Pittsburgh. We played
Philly,
played,
of course.
Like, shit like, Erie occasionally and stuff. Yeah, I've never heard of this town. So.
Well, I saw you guys on the Carcass tour.
Okay.
Which is damn near 10 years ago now, which is fucking,
Yeah,
that's mind fucking bending. 2016. 16.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm a big Carcass fan. It was my first time seeing you. I took my son and we came up, we talked to you. You're such a convivial, cool guy.
Oh,
After the show, you were talking to everybody. We were blown away by your tone, and we were talking about your Randall transistor amps.
Yeah,
playing back solid state. So we'll get into some gear stuff. But again, welcome to Pennsylvania. You guys are out on the road with Eyehategod. You're about 10 dates in, something like that.
Today's 9.
Okay. How's it going? Now we know you've made it public that you have some back trouble.
Yeah.
And I understand because you're literally 11 months older than me, so I completely understand the old man back stuff. And
yeah, I mean,
pains
I
and aches.
not to think it's old man shit, but
It's
been little by little getting there. And just woke up one morning, couldn't fucking walk.
You've been working out a lot lately, right? You've been doing a lot of gym stuff.
See what happened? I went from really being, a lot of physical activity to sedentary studio shit. Completed the Sun Don't Shine record. And I tracked guitars with Pepper Keenan for the new Down. So that was back to back, no days off in between. It was like a total of probably like 6 weeks, 6.5 weeks, and then doing Crowbar rehearsal. And during Crowbar rehearsal, I just thought it was sciatica.
Yeah.
And so when I went to my chiropractor right before the tour started, she said, she said you need an MRI. I said, well, I don't have time to set up an appointment or anything before I leave. And she said, are you able to sit down and play guitar and sing? I said, absolutely. She goes, and that's what you did. Yeah. So I went to the acupuncturist in Atlanta Monday, and he said, by the little tests he does and all before the acupuncture shit, he said, you definitely, just like my chiropractor said, he goes, yeah, you have a herniated disc. You need to get an MRI to, confirm it. But he's like, you don't, a lot of things can be done that are not surgery.
Do that. So chiropractor, acupuncture.
Yeah, I did. I mean, my chiropractor does. Acupuncture was cool. I think it was like 37 needles or something. It's real relaxing, actually. But it's something I would, right? I have no idea. I was on my back, but yeah. I mean, it went from my hands all the way down the back of my body to the, balls of my feet or whatever, all the way down. The acupuncture shit stung, especially like in my hands, because it's all bone. Yeah. But I mean, they kind of did it where they kind of do it from your butt, all of your back, your arm. I don't know. It was. I asked him, how many years ago he started taking them out? He was, I was 37, whatever that means.
Wow. So anyway, how's it going on stage for you not being upright? It's kind of the same thing, or is it weird?
It's strange. See, at rehearsal, except when he gets close to tour, I usually sit down and jam anyway, which is not good for my back health to begin with because I don't sit. I'm kind of bent over.
You're bent over, right.
And that's the whole thing. Is I think a lot of what kind of made it act up was 6 weeks in the studio or whatever of sitting down and just playing guitar fucking 8 or 10 hours a day.
Wow, that long?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I mean, just writing stuff, learning stuff. Pepper and I had to go. We were finishing Sun Don't Shine, and then when Pepper and I started down rhythm tracks, we had to go back and relearn everything because it's been a while.
Was rehearsing for the shows that you had in April?
No, this
you actually writing?
This was we already did drums and bass for the record.
And for the new record.
Yep.
Okay. I wanted to ask you. Let me interrupt you there for a second
sure.
because the last I remember, and please, I apologize for this because you're a pretty visible guy on YouTube. You've done a lot of interviews, so it was fucking hard as hell to figure out things to talk to you about because you talked about it a lot.
Well, it's all right.
But what I wanted to ask you was, with regards to Down, I guess to start there, we should really start with Crowbar, but we'll start with Down. And I thought you guys were doing a covers album.
Started out that way.
Okay, all right.
And that was the talk.
Like an obscure covers album, right?
Yes, and that was the talk for quite a while, and it was kind of like, well, if we're going to learn all these really obscure songs, like,
can you say any of them? I'm curious.
One of my favorites that we were going to do is, shit, is Pat on here?
No.
Trying to think of the Jethro Tull song. It's off of Benefit. Cry Me.
To Cry You a Song.
That may be it.
I'm a huge Tull.
Internet. That's it. That was one. That was my favorite of the bunch. But we were kind of like, well, in the time it's gonna take us to learn all these fucking things and kind of make them our own. We could probably write originals.
Right.
So we got together in January of 2024. Went to Phil's, Pepper, myself, Jimmy, and Pat had gotten together and come up with a few ideas, and Phil had some stuff. And we went out for 3 days and came home. By the time we were done, we had 7 songs.
Oh shit! Really?
Like pretty much, not perfectly arranged.
Now, is Rex involved, or is he not?
No, he's been gone since 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, Pat's been in the band since 2011.
Okay,
so.
okay, cool. I wasn't really sure because I missed out on the third album. Of course, I got the first 2.
Yeah.
I got the first EP, which I think was the last thing you were on, right?
Right.
And then they did another EP.
Right.
And is that it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I mean, it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than
I figured out, I'm like, I haven't written with those guys since 2012. So but it was great, man.
So Down. You're well on your way to. You see, you got drums and bass tracked already.
And rhythm guitars, like 95% done. I think we have one to do rhythm songs.
Wow.
And then we're gonna go live out in Phil's and do solos. Love You Beautiful. Solos and sweetie tracks, we call it, just a little
Sweeten it up.
interlude things and you put in between vocals and shit. So
when any ETAs on that, or is it hard to say?
I would guess hoping by the summer next year,
Who's Down still with as far as label wise?
we just signed with Nuclear Blast.
Nuclear Blast, okay,
Yes.
that makes sense, right?
And I think they're re-releasing like Down 3 and one of the EPs or something. I don't know something. But it seems like it's gonna be a great label. See, Corrosion and Conformity's on Nuclear Blast as well. So they just finished their record. It's probably in the process of being mixed if it's not already done. So that's gonna come out first. And then we gotta give it some breathing time before Down comes out.
But you did some dates, I think, with Down.
We went out. Yeah. We went with Danzig out.
How was that? How'd that feel?
Amazing, great.
Like a glove.
Yeah,
right back
we've done a few things here and there since 2020. Kind of got back in 2020, it's like when we got together to write, the chemistry is just undeniable. Yeah. It's just magic. We've known each other so long. We've jammed together for so long, and like Pepper and I did something. Kind of his idea, but I thought it was a pretty brilliant idea. Jimmy doesn't play to a click track, so it's harder.
To keep time.
Yeah, especially when you're not looking at him. Or feeling it as a live group.
Right.
We said, you know what? Let's track the fucking guitars together. Like, let's not do like one guy, then one guy. Let's do them. Let's pick out,
one section. Let's make it through the whole fucking verse. And if one of us fucks up, we stop, go back, and start it again.
Doing this, or
yeah, we're in the control room.
Okay.
I mean, so we're doing it. The tracks blasted out, the drums and
right
bass
there with each other,
and just playing together and shit. So at least it's got more of a live feel because Pat and Jimmy laid the drums and bass down together.
Oh, they did.
And now we're doing guitars together. With the rhythm tracks and shit. So Down's one of the few bands. Of course, we use Pro Tools because that's the best thing out there.
You have to for speed.
But I mean, we don't do click tracks and fix shit.
Quantizing and all that bullshit. Yeah, cool.
No, it's real music. So.
That's the problem with a lot of modern music. It all just
it gets too
digital and fixed.
Yeah, and it is. It's fixed.
And that's what you want to, as much as possible. You want to sound like you do and get
right.
Even if I'm not so you fix the fuck ups, of course.
Of course.
I mean, you think about some of your favorite live albums that really weren't really live, like
very few
Unleashed in the East or fucking Rush's Exit Stage Left. I mean, that's super sanitized. Even Frampton Comes Alive. These albums that you and I grew up on, right?
Yep.
I wanted to touch on that. So it was interesting in watching a lot of these interviews. It was your experience and mine. Like I said, you're 11 months older than me. And you and I, had we lived in the same neighborhood, we'd have been fucking hanging.
Exactly.
There's no doubt.
Sounds like
hanging, we'd have been chilling and by smoking weed out behind the high school, whatever, and jamming fucking, killer tunes. And you mentioned Jethro Tull, which is one of my favorite bands. All that shit from that era. But one band you mentioned Kiss. Of course, most of our gateways, guys our age, that was the band that was like. That was. You may have heard other stuff before. That was the fucking band.
That got you. That got me. I'll tell you that. That was, that was the band. I was into Elton John, and then I got into. I was really into BTO.
Yeah.
When I was young, and then I always like
Led Zeppelin.
I got into Queen and Zeppelin as well, but the thing, I didn't get into them. Sabbath, of course, too. But Kiss was the first real rock and roll band for me. I was 10, 11 when I discovered them. Say 75, 76.
That's about when I hit it.
My friend Kevin, his older brother, he brought Kiss Alive to school for me to borrow, and I listened to it. And when I brought it back to school the next day because it was his older brother Greg, and I said, "That's my next album."
That's it.
And I was sold. So that Ace really is the reason.
What's the first Kiss album you bought with your own money?
Remember? Destroyer had just come out.
No shit.
And then I got Alive next. I remember I used to get $5 a week allowance.
Rock and Roll Over was my first hand bought. I'm paying my money.
Yeah. See, I used to get $5 a week allowance for cutting the grass, bringing out the garbage, keeping my room clean, anything, whatever it took. And a record, I'll never forget this. A record album with tax was $4.73.
I was gonna say $3.99, man.
So it was like $4.73 at the little Barker's department store. I could ride my bike to. So every week when I got it, I'd ride up there and get a record. And when I went to get Kiss Alive 2, it was a double album. So it ended up being like 7 something, 8-ish. And I'm like, I gotta have it. There was only one copy left. So I hit it. I kid you not, I hit it. And the Peter Pan or some kind of bullshit that no rock guy's gonna go look for.
That's awesome.
And I've confessed to my sister, who will be here tonight. I went and robbed her piggy bank.
Wait, did you say your sister lives here?
She's here.
Where does she live at? In PA?
Northeast.
Okay, wow.
I don't even know where I'm at. Yeah, she will. But
that's who you were talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your wife.
No.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
I was in the wrong area. But yeah, so I went and stole the money I needed. I had a pocket full of change, whatever, to go up and get Kiss Alive 1.
Yeah.
And that was my second. And, from there, I think the only thing I bought was, Destroyer came out. You had a live Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over. It's such a quick period of time.
Yeah, that's when they were doing sometimes 2 albums a year.
They were,
a lot of bands. Yeah.
So, I think the next thing I got was Rock and Roll Over, then, and
still my favorite.
What got me, I had Zeppelin 4, I had Sabbath, I sold for rock and roll. I had Master Reality on 8-track. And I had a few other things, but
Deep Purple Made in Japan?
I had it, but not quite. That was a little later.
It was like 77.
But I had Smoke on the Water. I had a lot of 45 singles. I had Smoke on the Water single when I was a kid. But the thing that got me out of Kiss, and it was really the timing of what Kiss were doing, and then the other was Van Halen.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
So
Eddie
by like '79, you know, I had heard of Van Halen. The first record came out in '78, and you know, You Really Got Me was a radio hit down by New Orleans.
Eruption, dude.
Yes,
and you hear Eruption on the radio, and you're like, "What?" As a kid, as a 12-year-old, I think I was 12.
Yeah, I never heard it back.
Like, what the fuck is that? I heard it riding on my bike. This dude that I lived in the neighborhood with was a hang glider dude, and he was out working on his hang glider, and I hear "You Really Got Me" goes, and then of course it goes into Eruption, and I'm like, "What is that? Like, what the hell is that?" You know?
Yep.
It was just mind blowing to hear that.
Dude, I thought, like my friend Sean Powell, who I'm still great friends with, lives in San Diego now, and he's like a year younger than me, and we were taking guitar lessons from this rock and roll guy, Dino Cruz, which was really just you know, just teach us a couple of chords, and I don't know if it was really. He ended up being a DJ and shit. But anyway, he played us. He's like, "Y'all heard of Van Halen?" We're like, "We heard him," and I said, "I heard You Really Got Me," and I knew it was a Kink song, you know. But he goes, "No, you're about to get introduced to Van Halen." He put on Eruption, and me and Sean's jaws just hit the floor, and I'm like, "How many guys is that playing?"
Yeah, right.
And he goes,
I thought it was a keyboard.
I thought it was like 3 guys or something, you know,
yeah.
doing different shit. And he goes, "No, that's him, you know, one take in the studio." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was sold. That changed my whole life.
Changed the game. Like, and I was playing. You and I started playing about the same time. I got my first guitar. I think I was 8 years old. It was a Chinese Dreadnought acoustic. I started the same way you did. You got to start on the acoustic. If you do good on the acoustic, you'll move up. And what I did was I took the acoustic. I wanted to be the rock star, but before I learned to play way more because of Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
So I lived in Houston at that time, 76 to 80. I moved to Houston, lived up here first, moved down there. I used to take, and you'll probably remember this, the all-in-one stereos you get back then with the 8-track.
Yeah. I had one.
I took that, put the speakers. We lived in a rancher, lived at the end of a cul-de-sac, and there was a lot of girls that were probably a little younger than me. Maybe, you know, I'm 11. They're probably like 9, 10.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the thing right here. So I climb up on the roof of the rancher. I'd blast "I Want You" or "Rock and Roll Over" Love Gun at that point in time too. Was a huge I'd blast it and I'd pretend I was Paul Stanley up there. It was just,
that's killing.
It was great. It was like, it never happened for me, which is something I want to ask you about in a little bit here with regards to performing. But one band I didn't hear you talk about, I'm kind of curious about this. It's my favorite band of all time, hands down, will never change, and that is Rush. Are you a Rush guy at all?
I am a very big fan up until Moving Pictures.
Okay, so you like the early stuff.
Yeah. I like it when it was
not as much into the synth era stuff.
And it was more, I mean, of course they were always prog rock, you know.
Oh, they were the prog. They invented prog.
Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, I agree. And so, but to me, you know, like All the World's a Stage and shit, I had that. I played that repeatedly.
Oh, yeah.
Because songs like Working Man and shit were heavy. It was different, you know.
Shit.
Yeah, it was much more rock and roll. Yeah, everything was just great. So early on in the 70s, going into the early 80s, I was really into Rush, and I was able to see him Easter Sunday it was Easter Sunday, 1981. I think Moving Pictures.
I saw him the year before you. I saw him for Permanent Waves in Houston. Wow. My second show. My first show, your first show was what? I remember you saying.
Van Halen, 1980.
Van Halen in Louisiana, right?
Actually in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
See, we didn't have an arena in Louisiana. Now we have 2.
We had the Superdome one there, obviously.
The Superdome was open in 75.
75.
But they'd get the Rolling Stones or like the Day of Rock and Roll. Big, you'd have like, you know, Blue Oyster Cult and, you know, fucking Fog Hat, you know, all these big packages and stuff, you know. And yeah, we didn't have a proper arena, so we went to see Van Halen in 80 at the Centroplex in Baton Rouge, from Centroplex. And then I saw him in 81 in Gulf Coast Coliseum, Mississippi. Saw him in 82 in Baton Rouge and Gulf Coast. And in 84, I saw him in Gulf Coast Coliseum. So I saw him 5 times with David.
Yeah, I never saw him with DLR, man. The first time I saw him was for 5150. And the Sammy. I like some of that.
Yeah, I love the music. tell myself it's two completely different bands.
It really is.
Because the style of
it's a lot more of
music's
a
even-
radio band.
Yes,
than-
it's much more popish.
right.
Sammy's voice as a singer is obviously more
And you got this
appealing.
much more
Yeah,
synth and
yeah. And he
stuff
got way
like
into
that.
the.
There's some great songs on there.
Sure, it's
Dreams
great.
and-
It's great. I love that song.
This is Love and all
Yep.
that kind of stuff. Like, yeah.
I mean, I love the Van Hagar. It's just, it's two different things. I'm always going to choose the original
Same
over.
here,
Same with Kiss.
Yeah.
It's like I had all the the no makeup albums,
Mhm.
except I didn't buy Hot in the Shade. I don't think. By then it was too cheesy.
I'll tell you the truth, man. I cut out after the solo album. So my
Wow.
first show was Dynasty.
Wow.
My first show should have been Love Gun, but I pissed my mom off. She tore the ticket up and sold it gave it to the next door neighbor girl. Taped it together. You could do that shit back
Sure,
then.
back
You can't
then,
do that now, but
they
no,
would believe you. Like,
oh,
oh man,
yeah.
the concert didn't happen yet. They ripped in half.
They were totally cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So Dynasty was the first thing, and get this shit. This was Houston, Texas, at the Summit.
Yep,
Which was
I've
the
heard
big
of the
place
Summit.
there. I think that religious dude, Joel Osteen.
Okay,
now or
that's his
something like
joint.
That's like a cult place. But yeah, totally lost my fucking train. Oh, Dynasty. So the 2 days before, we got no opening band. It was just Kiss.
Wow.
2 days before, this is 79, October 79. The fucking opener was Judas Priest, Hell Bent for Leather.
I
and
knew,
didn't get to see it.
Damn.
Which is fucked, man. I mean, I'm like, God, you got to be kidding me. I didn't see Priest until 86.
Wow. Dude, I was reading the thing. Reason we're talking about Kiss. Well, I just read an article online earlier this morning when I got up, and it was Angus Young saying a big part of AC/DC breaking in the U.S. was Kiss.
Oh, like
yes.
Well, I was Rush
he
too,
said,
man.
yeah, he said that was Kiss's favorite band to tour with, Rush.
Without
Said they were the most fun. They just get loaded, fucking have a
Yeah.
great time, joke around, cut up, and do shit. Ace loved those guys.
Ace loved fucking
Yeah,
Alice.
yeah.
The bag.
Drink and smoke a bunch of weed.
Yeah. And
But,
Alice is funny as fuck. I mean,
That's what I hear.
He's fucking awesome, dude. But so all right, so I don't want to go over too much of your early history. Was it Victorian Blitz? I think was the one. I mean, that was your first like real band, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I mean, real band in the sense that we all had real jobs. We all bought real gear. We had our own PA and lights. Like my parents co-signed for us to get that. We pay,
Did you travel for gigs?
I mean, around
Like in the
Louisiana, Texas. We came up toward the end. In 1987, we came up and played somewhere in Indiana. And we ended up, we did a couple of shows in Indiana, and we ended up playing with the original Wrathchild.
Oh yeah,
That became Wrathchild America. But
Yeah.
at the time, they
Oh,
were
they
just
were
called
Wrathchild
yeah,
originally.
yeah.
That's how I remember this.
So,
yeah. Virginia, I
which
think,
is great.
West Virginia.
Yeah, like Maryland areas.
Yeah. Killer band.
Yeah, great. They were.
Now you guys were kind of, dare I say it, you were kind of hair metal, right?
I mean, in the sense that we had long hair.
Yeah.
We were more like, we were all Iron Maiden fanatics.
Oh, were you? So you were doing like heavier, like material rather than
we did.
you had
like,
your own stuff, or was it all covered?
No, we did our own shit. But we did when we first started out. We did Iron Maiden off the first record. We did Phantom of the Opera. We did Sanctuary. We did shit like Hellbent for Leather. A couple other ones that I could sing. That weren't super high. But we did, we did Motorhead, Iron Fist. We did fucking Saxon. Yeah, we do Saxon. Princess of the Night.
Steel.
We did Princess of the Night, and maybe one other, and we did but we tried, and the problem is we didn't know it, but it's like we can't get gigs because they want, by this time it's 1985.
Yeah.
And they want
material.
No,
no?
they didn't want
Oh,
that
they
either.
wanted
They wanted Rat, Poison, Motley Crue,
Right.
whatever.
Oh yeah, that was.
So we
that was
do
it.
like we give in and do like we did Looks and Kill. We never did Poison. We never did Rat. We did shit like Wasted by Def Leppard. Off the first right. Yeah, but that's still
my first
old rock
song I
and roll.
heard,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. Great
So
riffs
we
on
always
that
try
song.
to do something different, and so all the other musicians really respected us and liked us,
Right.
but we couldn't
To
get
get the
booked.
labels. Yeah.
We couldn't get booked. I mean, we had great originals. We made demos and shit. I thought it was great for the time, but we couldn't get gigs. So we got this guy, Derek Lefebvre, I'm still good friends with, great singer. And we started having to go a little more commercially. Well, he left. We got our buddy Paul Prickett, and by that time I was just losing. I just lost interest. So my buddy Mike called me up and said, "Hey man, Greg went to San Francisco. Jimmy Bauer was playing drums in a punk band called Shell Shock, and he said, 'Do you want to play guitar along with me and you can sing?'" And I said, "Yeah." Shell Shock was pretty big in the New Orleans area. It was more of a punk band, you know? Yeah. But Mike was a metalhead, so that's how I met Jimmy. That was 1987. So I've been jamming with him on and off. Jimmy Bauer since '87, man. That's great. But and it just kind of went from there. That got me interested into more punk and hardcore bands and all of that stuff, and just more underground stuff. I got away from mainstream. Probably the last. I mean, of course, I kept buying. Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and whatnot. Testament.
At that time, we're talking late '80s now, and that's kind of the hair era is kind of dying out.
Right.
It really started like
by '87, I was out of the cover. No more covers.
Right. So I was curious, but that's around the time that you can start saying more extreme metal started happening. So we're talking shit like Atheist and Cannibal and the death metal stuff.
Yeah.
Never into that, 'cause I'd never really pick up on that. Maybe that influence.
I was more like into like the New York, the East Coast hardcore bands.
Okay.
And
so like that.
And like shit like
early '90s stuff.
No, '80s. Gnostic Front.
Okay.
Cro-Mag, Sick of It All. Judge, Sheer Terror is great. Any and all of that. And then I got into Carnivore. Peter Steele. I actually got Carnivore right on top of my table.
I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. And Retaliation changed my life. So that's what we like. Louis, the drummer for Carnivore, came out to our show a few years ago in Orlando, I think it was, or Tampa, something. And he came out to the show, gave me a bunch of Carnivore merch.
Oh shit!
And at the end of the show, he's such a nice guy. He's been with his wife forever. He's retired now. And at the end of the show, he's like, "Man," he goes, "I just love what y'all are doing. It just reminds me so much of what we were doing back in the day."
Yeah.
And that's where we stole it from. The whole idea to Tune to Be.
Well, did you?
It was like Peter Steele. It's okay. Wow.
I'm curious. Did you know Pete then? I mean, you knew the guy.
No.
Oh, you didn't actually tour with them when they were happening before.
No, we did one show together with Typo, but not Carnivore.
That's what I meant with Typo. So did you know Pete?
I mean, we did one show together, and
kind of casual.
We met. I can't say I really knew him.
Right.
But he knew who I was. I knew who he was, obviously. But and the band Sun Don't Shine that I have now has
Kenny and Johnny.
Yeah. So
I reached out to your label,
Corpse Paint.
Hey.
Yeah, Paint.
Like 3 months ago when they were dropping the last single, and I said, "Hey, I would really like to get Kenny and Kirk on." Didn't hear anything back, so come on, guys.
Andrew, get on it, bro.
Yeah, Andrew, come on, man. Help a brother out. Love the new songs. Want to talk about that in a minute, but I wanted to get back to the Typo thing a minute here. So you came to Typo through Carnivore.
Yeah.
I came to Typo through Slow, Deep, and Hard, and here's how crazy ass story. I worked in this restaurant as a waiter, and it was a old brewery pub. And on Halloween we would close a little early, we'd tear it down, and we'd make it into a haunted house. And we're not talking Phil level haunted house.
Right.
That's fucking
his haunt is pretty
That's next level shit. But we would do a fucking crazy ass. We did some crazy shit because we had caverns, the catacombs they call them, where the brew kegs would be. These are big stone, 70 feet underground, and we'd fucking put these young kids, man. They put like a fake guillotine in there. And I'll never forget you couldn't do this now, but they got fucking pigs' heads from the slaughterhouse and hung them on meat hooks in the. Yeah. So the first thing people walked in, they'd see these
real
pig heads and real entrails, and this girl laying there. And what was blasted on there was the glass walls of Limbo.
Oh wow!
And I'm hearing that song. I'm like, who the fuck? What is this? Now I'm 25. These kids are like 18, 17. Yeah. I'm like, who the hell is this? I'm like, dude, that's fucking Typo. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Because I miss Carnivore. Carnivore. I'm not the biggest punk guy. I like punk more now than I did then. Like,
I like a hardcore more.
Right.
There,
Well,
there
like
is a
Bad
big
Brains.
difference. I love Bad Brains, but I mean, like the whole East Coast thing was what really.
Yeah, like Minor Threat. There was that kind of stuff, and I never quite got my head around that shit at the time. I like it more now than I
Right.
then.
So
It's
so
kinda
do I.
weird.
I mean, not as far as punk music.
Right.
I mean, I was like, shit. What was that fucking band from the West Coast? And album Kings of Punk. I can't think of the name.
Jello Biafras?
No, it was fucking. They had the big old guitar
Fear?
player dude, Pig Champion. I
Um,
can't think of. 'Em.
well, let's take a
But I like them as far as punk. I was more East Coast guy.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so I gotta ask, man, because I don't even know how I ran into some dudes while I was looking stuff up.
Biohazard too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Those other bands.
you're good friends with Bio guys. Yeah,
I
great
mean,
to
we
see
know.
them
I'm
back.
sure they're great dudes. I'm so excited.
Did
man.
you said you played Decibel Fest with them? Was that 2 years ago?
It was 2023.
Yeah, I fucked up, man. I was gonna come down to that. I went.
It was in Philly.
I went
right.
the night before.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember who was headlining though. That's really weird. I can't remember who was headlining.
Well, they headlined on the day
Oh.
we played. We were like direct support to Bio.
Yeah, they were the headliner on your
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
And the next night was more the death metal night. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't Dismember because Dismember was this year. Like, who the hell was it? Exodus and Dismember. I'll remember,
that's
but
good line.
I don't think I knew you guys were playing. I think I missed that because I wouldn't come down.
Wow.
That's a great festival. Albert is awesome, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
They take care of people really, really
It was
well.
done really well. It was a beautiful
venue. That's
Really
the first
nice.
time you played that venue?
Yeah, it was great,
Yeah.
man. Really
Killer.
cool.
That's unfortunately they belong to the evil empire. What they even call them? Live Nation.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, what don't they own?
Pretty much everything.
Right,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably own fucking
Yeah, yeah.
Russia.
And everybody, yeah. Well, tell us, okay, so Crowbar. Last time it came out, I believe, in 2022, right?
Yes. But we finished it
19
in
or 20.
beginning of 20, I would say.
Yeah.
So we were getting ready to kind of it was already recorded, mixed, mastered, turned into the label the whole 9 yards. And we're like, whoa, COVID hit. Hold off.
We're the only ones that did that, yeah.
Well, a lot of bands put out great records during
Some
COVID
did.
and didn't. Some of the records didn't really do anything.
that well.
Yeah, because
It's hard to make a move when you're not out there. in front of the
right.
public.
You couldn't play. You couldn't tour, and then people are worried about their livelihood and the future. They can't buy records, man.
It's crazy, though. It's a crazy time.
It was
Sure.
insane, but
Especially for musicians and performers and the arts and stuff like that. But it seems like we're doing well coming back. The only bitch I have about it, it's not you guys, not with like you guys. But I went to check in on the Deftones show that's playing in Baltimore. $200 fucking for a seat. I'm like,
Yep.
what? Like, what fucking universe are you on, man? Like, first of all, who the fuck can buy that kind of stuff like regularly? I mean, I like to go to a lot of shows.
yeah,
236. I'm sorry, it was $300. I went to 5 days at Maryland Death Fest and saw 85 fucking bands.
right.
That's a deal.
Right.
But to pay $200 to see two bands,
Yep.
in an arena, and it's Live Nation. It's
I mean, it's
reality. So
yeah, and that's the sad truth. It's reality, and I mean, we tried. Of course, we work with Live Nation if we're a support band for a bigger band,
Sure.
Support act, we have to deal with Live Nation, and I mean, there are some like what's his name, David, that brought me to the acupuncturist in Atlanta, the club he works at. I think it's called Buckhead. Very nice venue, like a theater. Down played there back in 22, and he was saying, they their Live Nation totally, they kind of stopped with merchandise percentage shit and stuff like that. Because bands are like, fuck you,
Yeah, 35%.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why
really
people
what
want to
makes
know
you-
why. That's your money.
That's
now.
your fucking livelihood right there.
And they want to know why people, why is the fucking, whoever, fucking, anybody, not even, it doesn't have to be Metallica. Why is a Megadeth t-shirt $80? Well, because they got to pay this much percentage to the venue. The cost of printing is double what it used to be, if not more.
Fuel to get around, you got
Everything,
semis, you got
I mean,
food.
that's the whole thing when the price of gas is up. I mean, putting on a big production,
very expensive.
It's extremely expensive. I know from Pantera,
Sure, Pantera's
yes, it's insane. So, and that's the thing is, that's why most people, like I very rare. I mean, obviously I would get into a Pantera show if I wanted to go, but and if we weren't busy at the same time, Robin and I and my wife would like to do that. But on the other hand, like those type of shows are the kind of things I only see once every year or two.
Yeah.
Because I'd way rather if somebody comes, to a smaller venue that I'm really into, than
$30 or whatever.
Yeah, something ridiculous. I mean, I'll pay. It doesn't matter. $50-$60 is still reasonable. But I mean, $200. I mean, it's not against the Deftones. I like the Deftones. It's just in general. It's not just him. It's the whole industry. It's like you said. How do you expect people to afford all that shit? And then if you want to make a night out of it, say you're gonna
go, $15, fucking
you got to park. I mean, beers are $15 fucking bucks. If you're gonna drink, you got to Uber. That's fucking $40 to the arena. Each way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a big outing, man. But so I try to support more underground shit. Now, if a great band like Pantera happens to get big, they did it the right way. And
I don't know if you know these bands. You know the Chameleons?
I've heard of them.
Or Mission UK.
I love Mission UK.
All right, so Mission UK played here in September.
No way.
2 years ago with the Chameleons. Great. If you like Mission UK, you'll love the Chameleons.
Okay, I'll check it out.
But tickets were $25, man.
Yep.
Came in, bought merch. Because I always buy merch. I want to support the bands I love because I know what it means. That's $25 or $30 or $35 for a shirt. Yeah, it's tough because you and I come from the era when I went to Rush, I bought my Raglan baseball jersey.
Yep, everything was
for $4.50. The ticket was $8.
Van Halen tickets were $9.
Yeah, it's just insane. All right, so to get you out of here, get me out of here, we'll do a longer form one at some point in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's happening with? So we talked about Down. You're not real sure about when the ETA on the album will come out.
I mean, like I said,
next year, sure.
Being that Down and COC are both on the last. The COC record's done. We still got a little time to do the Down. So because of our schedules,
so probably in 26, maybe.
It'll be 26 for sure. But I'm thinking
any touring plan for that, like.
I sure hope. I don't know about extensive, but I mean, we kind of like to.
We got to
out for 2 weeks at a time or something. Yeah,
you got Phil's thing with Pantera going on.
So we got to see, how busy he is in 26.
Wanted to ask you, you said Phil has some stuff. I know Phil's a pretty fucking ripping guitar player. Does he write a lot? Like,
fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He wrote a couple of songs on the new Down. He had the whole thing, all the music written.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, so and it's great. He's got a certain style, and it's great, man. So
he
wrote a lot of.
He looks healthy as hell right
now. He's doing probably better than he's ever done in his life. I'm so fucking happy for him. He's such a great dude, such a great friend. That's the truth. But he looks great. He's singing great. His attitude is His attitude is amazing. He's happy. He's doing. He deserves this second bout of success. Yeah, now that he's older and has his head clear.
Yeah.
And he's focused on life and whatnot. He's focused on all the correct things, man. So
there was some scary times there for a while. I remember
in this business, it's rough, bro.
I bet. I had tickets. I wanted to tell you about Typo. I had tickets for that infamous Typo Pantera show down at Trocadero in Philadelphia.
That
one? Where
I know the truck
shit went out. And it's on YouTube, but I just had my daughter and my wife say, if you go to that show,
yeah, exactly.
You're not going to be
in trouble. Yeah, I mean, families
had to make the right choice there. But,
well, you did the right thing.
But so what's happened with Crowbar?
As soon as, Pat's back, which I'm loving, man. I love Shane. I fully support him with Acid Bath and everything. I really think he's got a great future. But we've been enjoying, it was a little bit of. You got to realize I'm in down with Pat. The other guys haven't played with Pat in a long time.
Okay.
So but yeah, everything is like tonight's a nice show. So we're like a machine now. It's clicking. We have the system. Unfortunately, we're a total DIY band. With my situation, I can't do anything but take the fucking walker and barely get on stage and do the scream my head off and do the best I can fucking do. Which is a hell of a lot better.
Are you working on night down? Crowbar
Well, that's going to be the next thing because our new solo record's been done for a while. It's coming out.
Yeah, talk about that because I thought it was coming out about a year ago.
September 8th. It's been done for over a year.
And that's coming out on what label?
It's Jake from Converge. I think it's Death Wish.
Okay.
See, I self-financed it, so
Right.
Jamie Josta's kind of helping me with the licensing and whatnot.
Right. So you keep
For it all.
most of it coming to you.
Yeah, so exactly. So when you own it, excuse me, as opposed to the record company giving you in advance,
Yeah. Then you got to pay it
then you
back.
make money forever and you ain't got to pay anything back.
Exactly. Yeah. The license.
So you do a license. Exactly. So, but with Crowbar, I mean, the Down is written, you know, we're, other than Phil's vocals and some, you know, solos and sweetie tracks, that'll be done. Sun Don't Shine is completely done. That'll be out.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick.
Probably
So you got
soon.
you, Kenny Hickey,
Johnny Kelly and Todd Strange.
Todd Strange.
Yep.
And Todd was your bass player for a long time, right?
Yeah, we see me and Jimmy.
Who else is he with now? Is he playing with?
Nobody.
Oh, he's not.
He had
Okay.
come back to Crowbar and then decided to leave.
So I saw him with you when I saw
Yeah.
you in 16.
Yeah, that Carcass. That was
Yeah.
his first tour with
Yeah.
us back.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Todd was great. I mean, he's still a great friend, always was. But so, you know, it's great with him and Sun Don't Shine. It's a lot of fun. It's really, you know, you got two dudes from New Orleans who've been knowing each other forever, and you got two dudes from Brooklyn who've been knowing each other forever. And it's like night and day.
Those guys, man.
Like-
Kenny's a fucking cut up. He is
Oh,
fucking
he's great.
hilarious.
They're great.
What a voice that guy has.
It's
Man.
amazing, man.
Like I always remember when Typo when he would do the high stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she beats.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, fuck, man, is that Pete? No, it can't be Pete, and it wasn't Pete. But the Seventh Void stuff's killer.
Yeah,
The Silvertune shit's killer, and this new stuff is great. Now, the way I understood it originally was it was going to be an EP.
It was.
But now you've expanded to a full album.
Yes, because it was kind of like, well, it's too long for an EP, but it's not long enough for a record. And we're like, let's just get together for a month and write, you know, 3 more songs. Take our time as a band, and we never had time to do it as a band where we actually go, okay, I got an idea, and we write off of each other and give each other ideas. You know, it was more of like a studio project, and we didn't like that, so we were able to do it. Where we'd actually learn the fucking song, run through it 5 times, and go, okay, let's get the drum tracks down on this one, work on this other one, you know, in a day or two. And we kind of just, you know, we did it that way. So that'll be out relatively soon.
So that's done now.
Yes, it's completely done. So the Down will be out. Like I said, I'm hoping summer of next year or something would make sense. And then Crowbar, as soon as we do the Headbangers Boat Halloween cruise. So I have one show with Down in mid-September at Louder Than Life Festival.
So flying thing.
Oh, we're actually doing a bus. It's just
So the Louder Than Life thing is that thing in Kentucky or something?
Yes, it's near Louisville.
Fucking massive.
Yeah, that do with the day we play. It's
I think
like
that's a Dave Wimmer thing.
a bunch of bands. It is.
Yeah.
A bunch of bands. Cavalera, Conspiracy, I think. Then Down, then Lamb of God, then Slayer is on our stage.
That's a good.
That's fucking.
That's the stage. There's one there and the one that Testament's on. That I can't remember. Who the other. Gujira might be on that too.
Okay, wow.
I did see like Dream Theaters. I'm like, what the fuck is Dream Theater doing at a giant festival like that? But it's really mixed.
Yeah, I mean, they're huge in their own way, but it's they have a lot of different. Like I've noticed, you got like the stage with more of the Rob Zombie type stuff.
Right.
And we're on.
Manson.
Yeah, right. Not that we're nearly as heavy as Slayer or Lamb of God or anything down, but we're on that stage, which is still the same fans.
I think
that's
where it belongs.
But you know, I mean, we have that one show, and then it's time to start writing Crowbar because all the other things are written. I mean, it's got to come up with guitar solos, and that's fun. You know,
they pretty much slate's clean to open things up to do Crowbar. And
absolutely, and it's time. You know, so it's time. So we're excited to write. So I mean, I kind of have a clear head at this point because, you know, I'm ready to be back in Crowbar world. You know, and that's the only way without that I don't drive myself insane or get where I'm
too overextended. You can't.
And what's one term I always use? Multitasking. It's like I literally need to go. Okay, Sun Don't Shine finished today. Pepper will be in the studio in the morning. I'll be in Down World. So when I go to bed, I'm getting out of
like
Sun
you're
don't shine
switching
where
the
I wake
switch.
up and down where.
You're switching the
Yeah,
switch.
then me and Pep finish up, and it's like Crowbar rehearsal Monday. You know, it's
That's
like
awesome, man.
so, yeah,
Couple quick wrap ups here. What's your favorite Typo Negative album?
Float Even Hard.
Really?
Probably because it's closer to Carnivore.
It is. It's much
It's
closer.
it's the hardest of them, no pun intended, but it's my favorite. But I love songs. I really like Dead Again a lot.
Oh, that's a great album.
Great, man.
Prophet of Doom and Triple
There's some
Blind
great
Man.
stuff. I mean, I like it all.
I do.
You know, I really.
I gotta go with World Coming Down. That fucking
it's
album
killer
is
as
so,
well.
so oppressively dark and fun. You know what I mean? I love that world.
Oh yeah.
Getting into Pete's head and his world, and what a songwriter that guy was. Holy fucking shit! And the amazing thing is, a lot of Typo songs, if you really listen hard and you're a musician, and I know you would probably pick this up, is from the Beatles, man.
Absolutely.
So much from the Beatles.
He'd always say it. We want to sound like a mixture of Black Sabbath and the Beatles.
Yeah.
So I mean, I take things from the Beatles all the time,
Of course.
kind of via Typo, but you know, it's also just I call it the Beatles walk. There's so many amazing songs written on this certain
She's
little.
so heavy, man.
Yeah, I mean that's
That song is one of the heaviest motherfucking
It is
songs ever,
one
man.
of the first heavy like things ever written.
Could very well be the
It's
first heavy
insane,
metal
man.
song.
It's that whole you know, no.
And just the fucking production on it.
Yeah.
So out.
It was so ahead of that the times with the production.
Thin Lizzy, what's your favorite Thin Lizzy album?
I mean, I'll say Live and Dangerous just because you get the best, you know.
Studio album.
And being a '70s guy, I'm a live album like UFO Strangers
Oh,
Night,
Stranger Night.
Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous,
Alive.
Red Becomes Alive, Kiss Alive 1
Bursting Out.
and 2.
Tull.
Yeah, Tull Bursting Out's amazing. You know, all of that shit,
All the
man.
world stage.
Fucking Frank Marino, Mahogany Rug.
All right. Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
So we got to do an episode just about Frank Marino.
You got it.
Frank is a friend of mine.
Really?
He is a
How's he
friend of
doing
mine.
health-wise?
He's doing good. He's
Okay,
coming
good,
back to help.
good.
The finger's coming back. He's doing the pedal stuff. He's making his own pedals. These pedals
Oh, wow.
are amazing pedals. A little pricey for me. I can't quite go there. But what a wonderful guy.
That's
Just-
great to hear.
And a fucking monstrous guitar player, man. For me, he was the shredder of the 70s.
I agree.
Other than Gary Moore. Maybe him
Yeah,
and
Gary Moore's was
But,
absolutely,
Uli maybe, but, I mean, Uli
Uli?
didn't have the speed chops that Frank did. Frank's pentatonic.
Yeah, that's
is
kind of
exactly
what
where
Zach's guy. Zach be the
took
first
that
one to
from
tell
that.
you.
Exactly.
He's kind of like, that's one of his idols.
Dude, Mahogany Rush Live, I'll never forget the moment I walked into my friend's house, and he's fucking cranking Electric Reflections.
Wow.
I mean, imagine that's the first thing you hear, and they're like,
Yeah,
what
what the fuck is
is this? I didn't even think it could possibly be guitar. I mean, Frank had pedal boards.
Oh, God,
big
yeah.
fucking Ingve. Well, I don't know what Ingve
Yeah,
is,
he
but
just plugs in.
yeah, but I'm trying to think of somebody.
Maybe a
who
tuner. It's about all he needs.
I'm trying to think of who uses crazy. Well, Eric Johnson back in the day had massive pedal boards, or Hendrix or something like that.
Yeah. I mean,
But I mean, fucking
sometimes.
Frank's shit was like spaceship shit.
Yeah, man.
And he built it all himself,
Wow.
which is nuts. So,
Yeah, he got some amazing tones out of those fucking guitars.
oh man, World Anthem,
Yeah.
4, those albums are, and they're so varied. That's what's so cool about them. They're, you got songs like The Answer, or you got Something's Coming Your Way. Then you get into something like, It's Begun to Rain, or A Requiem for a Sinner. Man, that song is fucking evil as shit.
Yeah, I used to crank the fuck out of Frank Marino Rush
I'm
live.
glad you brought him up because I really wanted to.
The Pat Travers live album as well is a
Go
classic.
for what you
It's
know.
a classic. That fucking Black Oak, Arkansas. Who was it?
I know they did Raise a Little Hell, right?
They did. I'm trying to think of what it was called. I was into it for a little bit there in the '70s.
Allman Brothers.
It was Almond Brothers, of course.
What
They Fillmore East.
Fillmore East.
Yeah.
I mean the guitar shit that was going on in there is just legendary.
Oh
shit,
man.
So. Okay, so let's wrap up here because I know you need some time to decompress, but we got to do a part 2 where we're
Absolutely.
you're at home and I'm at
70s
home
shit,
and we can just talk fucking music because I know we're on the same riding the same wave, and it's like
you
like I
got
said,
Robin's number, man. I'll be home
Yeah.
Labor Day. Just give me. I gotta get. First thing I do is start physical therapy and try to get this shit rolling.
Yeah.
I got medical things first, but
Yep.
You know, but I got time, man. You know, like I said, we got
I'll hit Robin up and
one show down, and then I'm back in Crowbar World for begin writing. And
is this your last big tour of the year? You said the boat thing.
We got the boat, and I got the Lot of Life with Down and the boat, the Headbangers boat, which I found out yesterday from somebody who we play with the first band at 3:30 in the afternoon on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
And then we're off on November 1st. We play, I think, play later in the night on the 2nd, and then on the 3rd we play about 6:15, 6:30.
This is a Crowbar sets, right?
Yeah,
we're doing three. Did you do 70,000?
We did 70,000.
How'd you like that?
It was a little overkill as far as too many bands. It never stopped 24 hours
kind of
a day.
insanity.
Yeah, like that. I think they try to make this where you're able to actually see all the bands. You know, instead of 3 bands playing at once, you know, and trying to choose who you want to see or whatever. 70,000 it was done very well, but it was just, to me, it was too many fucking bands, you know.
Yeah, I think at my age, I thought about doing one of them. I mean, I did, like I said, I did Maryland Death Fest, and I came home from there sick as fuck. Like, I mean, like so sick, I thought, I'm sure COVID. Turns out it wasn't COVID, it was Epstein-Barr virus. I'm still struggling with it, but I'm not contagious anymore. It's like severe mono. Well, we'd have to make out, Kirk. I'm not. I know you're married, man. So
yes,
I won't do that. But I have no idea how I got it because I wasn't making out with it. Right. But somebody was passing it.
Man, there's no telling what's coming.
Somebody was passing it.
You got all these sweaty fucking people cramped.
Dude,
like,
we're all
breathing on each other, coughing on you.
Yeah. So I got very sick at that. Wow. And I struggled good. I'm like, that's my second year in a row. I'm like, you know, man.
Maybe I'm too over this.
You're turning 60.
Yeah.
Body ain't the same. You don't recover the same, especially if, you know, I don't over drink like I used to as a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
But I still drank every day while I was down there. Sure. And then the one day that I went overboard, the next day was just pure fucking hell. I'm like, because you're standing for
right. Yeah. I mean, I ended up getting dehydrated. Just not even trying to like overly party or anything. Just not really paying attention. Dude, you need to drink water. You need, like, you know, I got blood work done. Sodium, potassium, and calcium were really low, so I had to get the fucking IV bags and shit. Oh shit, really? Yeah. But the good thing was they did. Thank you as well. But they did. You know, they did blood work on me, and everything is cool. And I got an ultrasound on my heart, which gave me some nice peace of mind.
That's good.
There was nothing abnormal at all.
I just had some of that shit done recently.
So you know, so now I'm dealing with that.
Yeah, they saying right now rehab and rest and relaxation for the
yeah, I mean, I'm the type. I'm so into the gym and shit. I just don't want to hurt myself. And I reached out to this a guy that I'm friends with on Instagram. Reached out to me, and I gave him my phone number tonight. I'm trying to do things as much natural as possible, as much physical therapy and stuff as possible, because I love all that, and not be cut on. That's my last option, is to have actual surgery.
Yeah, surgery.
I have to have it. I'll have it. But there's got to be something.
What surgery did to
exactly.
Me. I had a soccer injury. Oh, we'll get that fixed up and put a new nut.
And now you're stuck like that forever.
And here was the thing: I had the option of either keeping it like this, or putting the knuckle in. I'm like, well, I play guitar. I want to be able to play guitar. I've adapted, but you see, I lost. So I lost a half an inch off that finger. So the six fret thing doesn't work anymore. I can't do that. Can't do the Jakey Lee shit anymore. And we'll end on that. Ozzy. Yep. Ozzy passed, and I gotta say, man, did you watch your boys play it?
We were. Well, that was around the end of the Sun Don't Shine sessions.
Okay.
So we had
July 5th.
We went. Yes, we went 4th of July weekend. Robin and I, Kenny and his wife Bonnie, and Todd and his wife Tessa. We went to Mississippi 4th of July weekend. So when I got home, I was able to watch the majority of it online and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see it live.
You'd see it live. Yeah. I thought they sounded great.
It was amazing.
Everybody played great. I really was kind of blown away by, fucking Nuno Betancourt, man. That dude.
We were talking like,
it was so great seeing
Jake. Oh, I know. I'm glad they got Jake out there. He deserves it.
Love Jake. The only time I saw Ozzy was both Ultimate Sin tours. It was Metallica on Puppets.
Yeah,
so they weren't even known really that well.
I saw him with Cliff.
I saw him on that tour too. Yeah, and then I saw Queensryche Rage for Order open for Ozzy that tour.
Okay.
Never saw Sabbath in my life. I never saw. I don't even understand how that.
I mean,
I played with.
I toured with Heaven and Hell, which
So Dio.
I'm a huge Dio fan as well.
Dude, so am I.
I mean, to me, him and Ozzy
Saw
are
Dio
like
5 times.
black and white. It's just different styles. They're both two of the greatest vocalists of all time. I love them both. But I mean,
Did you know Ozzy? Did you ever meet him?
no. I mean, I know
Really?
Zach very well,
course.
but I never met. I met Ozzy one time because I was in Phil's dressing room,
Walked
and
in or something?
he walked in to show him artwork on
Yeah.
like Osmosis or something. Like, Phil, check this out, you know.
Did you have that moment like, oh, fuck?
I didn't even say anything. I don't even know if Phil introduced me. I was just like, okay.
Have you ever
I
had a
obviously
moment?
know.
Have you ever had a moment like that where you met a guy that you?
The only
idolized and
dude
you're like,
I've been
what the fuck?
starstruck around was Ace Frehley.
No kidding.
Anyway, and that's the truth. I mean, I met Gene quite a few times. And
Yeah.
And he's actually very nice. I love Gene.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. But Ace, I did this Golden Gods thing when in 2014, and Ace is on the same label as Crowbar on R. Kelly, who was E1 and Entertainment One at the time. But yeah, Ace, like our publicist Bill Meeks is like, yeah, I got you sitting next to Ace, and I'm like, what? And I went and I saw him, and Robin's with me, and I said, I'm not going over there. Hey, Mr. Ace.
So she said.
And then I got to meet him.
How was he?
He was cool, man. Kind of laid back.
He's a little bit out there. He's a little spacey.
I think he'll always be, spacey, but he's great, man.
You and I disagree about one thing, and we'll wrap here. Ace and Alex Lifeson, and Frank Marino, and Rick Emmett. I got to throw Rick Emmett.
That's him. I love
dude. Wow, man, fucking A. Got a story about that. I'll tell it offline here. But fucking Rick Emmett, what a god tier fucking musician, right? I mean,
he's loving it because we go back and forth. Because the band from New Orleans. Everybody thinks they're from New York, called Zebra.
Dude,
I'm a
Randy
huge
fucking
Jackson. There we go.
Oh my! I met him.
We go back. Oh, I'm friends with him.
Beautiful fucking guy, man.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Lovely man.
Because me and him
And I
go
got
back
to
and
finally-
forth.
I saw them in 1983, opened for fucking Quiet Riot and Loverboy.
Yeah, that was
they
their
flew
first
those
deal.
guys away.
Absolutely. I used to see him when I was a 15-year-old kid at the high school gym.
Yeah,
I've been watching him since I was a kid.
That
He's one
first
of my
album.
biggest influences.
First album is almost.
Dude, I had a lot
I don't like
live.
the cover.
Yeah,
The cover song I don't like. It's the only thing I
Oh yeah, they had better. They have originals that should have been on the first record that are not.
I love all
I think
three.
they're coming out on Zebra 4.
Yeah, Zebra
He's still
4
on it.
I'm not crazy about that.
I haven't heard it, but I know
So
a
you
lot
guys argue about whether Rick or
Randy or who's
Randy
better.
Yeah, it's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Because
it started as a joke.
Yes, it did. I mean, we both agree they're both extremely talented and great vocalists and guitar players.
Yeah, I
But,
gotta say,
Randy's my guy because I grew up as a 15-year-old kid right here, and he's fucking standing right here,
have you ever seen?
spitting on me by accident, singing.
Have you ever seen the 1983 live set of them in Houston?
Yep, I got
It is
on DVD.
Dude,
You can't
Randy
get any
is
better.
untouchable.
That's
on
what I'm
that
saying.
thing, man.
Thank
Like,
you.
Unreal. So
No,
yeah,
that's our inside joke. Rick Emmett, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, Rick was talking because
I met Rick. He's a
interview.
beautiful guy.
I'm sure he is. He was talking about the singing high stuff, and he goes, "Oh yeah, my high C is kind of down to a low,
He's struggling. Yeah,
he goes, man, I do shows with the Randy Jackson from Zebra, and he goes, that guy can still hit the high shit.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he has one of those strong falsettos.
He
It's
does.
a falsetto, but it's a powerful falsetto.
Yeah, he does.
I can't do that. I don't have the power, the lung power. But man, Zebra fucking
Yeah,
and Try, dude, we could go all night. So I better
That's what I'm
shut the
talking
fuck up.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
I want to thank Robin, and I want to say your last name right, Windstein.
Correct.
Windstein. I want to thank Robin. I want to thank Liz at Earsplit.
Yeah,
she helped look
we
us
saw her
up.
last night. She's a sweetie.
Yep. And I want to definitely thank this gentleman, Kirk.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely killer. We will do something.
Oh,
in
we
the
got
future. I think we
This
got
is a lot of fun.
We got to pull what we can do. What I'd love to do with you is pull some albums out, talk about those albums.
Absolutely.
Just
We'll do the Zoom thing, man. We'll make it work.
brother, that's so cool. So everybody, if you're out there and Crowbar and Eyehategod, you guys are flip flopping.
Different show. Like we headline
You're headlining tonight.
tonight. They headlined last night. It just it doesn't matter. We're both like,
We both play about an hour, right?
yeah. We're both do an hour, but we're like, we all both bands want to just be the first band. So
You come back, go to sleep.
yeah, you kick ass. Exactly. You know, it's like we're like,
beers and crash.
yeah,
right?
it's not about like late nights and shit. You know, like we have a matinee tomorrow. We have 2 shows tomorrow.
Oh, so you got it.
Yeah. I'm giving myself a 1. We headline, so we'll be off 11ish, and I'm giving myself a 1 a.m. funk call.
Okay.
So we have a long drive to Portland, Maine.
Oh, God, yeah. That's
It's like 10, 11
10
hours.
hours. Yeah. I wanted to ask you one last thing. I'm sorry. I got to get this in before I forget it. When you started playing at a pretty young age. You remember when your first gig was? And my question to you, and I asked this of a lot of artists I talked to, and it's interesting because some of them, like my good buddy Kelly and Atheist, he still gets nervous going on the stage. Like he gets stage fright after doing this
Yeah, for us,
thousands of times. He usually has a shot of Jaeger or 2 and smokes blood, gets a little bit of a nice easy buzz going, and then he's like, I'm in my element.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what, I'm not asking you to get into that stuff, but did you have performance anxiety originally, and do you ever have anxiety now at all?
I have anxiety in life, but like as far as getting on the stage, I mean, you know, I've done huge shows.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way I
It
look
might
at
be
it,
easier because the people are far away.
I mean,
They're not like
yeah,
on top
and they're really there waiting on the, band that's coming on at 11 at night or whatever, to play the stadium.
Mhm.
But no, I mean, I get it to a degree, but it's more, and I believe if you don't still get the feeling, then you should just give it up. If you don't feel like excited and like the nervous butterfly feeling.
Yeah, it's like going to work.
Yes.
Doing a job.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, and look, sometimes when you're sick, I mean, like, I don't feel good in general.
Yeah.
But when you get on stage, it's all,
away.
yes, it's all about the moment and giving everything you got. But
Yeah,
everybody's got their
worshiping the
own,
riff, right?
absolutely. But everybody's got their own little, like, get ready for the show. Like, mine is just drinking some beers and kind of, like last night we played a boat in New York City. It was a great show and all, but we thought we were going on much later. And the guy's like, "Oh, y'all," and we're like, "Oh, fuck,"
We're ready. Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
shit,
So I mean,
They got
mentally,
rushed.
it took me a couple of songs to get ready.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah, the only reason I ask is I'm a player too, and I've been in bands. And I struggled so bad that I had to quit doing it because I didn't enjoy being up there, and my anxiety was so bad that I started medicating, and the medication is what caused some major problems with me. Getting off it's horrible, so never would go back to that. But now it's weird. Now my anxiety compared to 20 years ago, much more controlled, and I can actually get up. Unless it's like a finger picking thing where I'm doing music where it's more everybody knows what the hell's going to happen if you fuck up.
that's the problem.
But it's nice to hide behind distortion sometimes.
I call any kind of standout part. I call it you're naked in the Superdome.
You're naked, exactly.
In the Superdome, like you're standing the whole thing's because you go into like a guitar break and it's just me by myself.
Yeah.
If I fucking butcher that, everybody knows it. I don't have the whole band behind me to kind of cover something up. So
listen, everybody, go see these guys on the road. I'm going to see them here shortly. Next date's in Portland. I will post some links to the actual dates when this goes out, probably next week sometime when I get some editing time. And
okay.
Can't thank you enough, Kirk.
Appreciate it.
Awesome talking to you, brother.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, man. We're definitely going to do it again, and I'm going to try to find a place where an old man can sit. I don't think there's many. There's some tables up there, but I got to kind of try to angle in. And there's a third band on. Is that third band a local?
Local, yeah.
All right, brother. All right, are you selling those?
We are. Robin will have them. You can grab them. I mean, we still got. You know what? We're gonna sign those fuckers too.
Okay. I want to get this merch, but I want to get one.
Yeah, sure.
And you signed them or the whole band?
We all do.
Okay. All right, brother. Well, we'll hang it up
Appreciate
there.
it. You got it, bro.
We will definitely be talking some more fucking Frank Marino.
Absolutely.
No way.
Right up my alley, bro.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
You bet. The greatest.